please enter and be seated at the tables. So this is the case of Oasis Estate Apartments versus Mike Everett, case number 2021 CV 0410100425. Have the parties had an opportunity to discuss the matter and see if you can come to any kind of settlement?
Yes, Your Honor, we have and we want to move forward.
Is that
Yeah, I guess, Your Honor. I mean, whatever they say.
okay? This hearing is being recorded. Okay, ma'am, would you identify yourself?
Yes, I am Deborah Jones. I'm the property manager at Oasis.
Okay, and you are Mike Everett.
Yes.
Ms. Jones, you'll start out. Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Everett resides in apartment 12B at Oasis Estates. We're evicting him because he hasn't paid the rent for this month or last month. That's May and June.
Your Honor, that's not right. She's not being truthful.
Okay, Mr. Everett, please don't interrupt Ms. Jones when she's testifying. I'm going to ask her to explain what her grounds are for seeking the eviction, and then I will ask you for your response. You can proceed, Ms. Jones.
Thank you, Your Honor. As I was saying, he hasn't paid rent for the last 2 months. We sent him a notice telling him he has to pay $1,400 by the end of the month, and his rent is $700 per month. We didn't receive any payment, so we're going to proceed with the eviction.
Do you have a copy of Mr. Everett's lease?
Yes, I do, and here it is.
Thank you. Do you wish to offer this as an exhibit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, would you show that to Mr. Everett? Mr. Everett, is that the lease?
Yeah, Your Honor, it looks like the lease I have.
Looking at a copy of the lease now, I see where it says that $700 is the monthly rent, is due on the first of each month. The lease was signed in October of last year, and it lasts for 1 year, so it's still in effect. I also see here in the last paragraph of the first page is a sentence that says, if you do not pay rent by the 5th of the month, the landlord can seek to have the tenant evicted. Now, Mr. Everett, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
The landlord says you haven't paid rent in May or June, and that they've given you a 5-day notice to pay. And what is your response to that?
No, Your Honor. I mean, that's not true. I did pay. They must have lost my payments or something. You know, I went into the office and I took my payments there and I gave them to, what's her name? You know the lady that sits in the office. I don't remember her name, but I'm sure that I gave my payments to her.
Hey, Ms. Jones, do you know who Mr. Everett's talking about?
I'm not sure who he means. He might be talking about the receptionist, Becky. But anytime she takes money from someone, she puts that money in a Dropbox and hands him a receipt. Mr. Everett also told me that before he brought in his May payment, he didn't say anything about the June one, and I asked everyone in the office, including Becky, and they each denied having received payment from Mr. Everett.
Mr. Everett, how did you make the payments?
Like I just said, in person, I went in there.
Okay. What payment method did you use, like cash or money order?
Well, like money order usually, but sometimes I pay in cash, but I know I paid these in money orders.
And did you get a receipt?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you have your receipts for May and June?
Yeah, Your Honor, I have all of my receipts for right here. I got this one here, and I got some others here. And so I think I've got it in here somewhere, I'm sure.
Can you show me the ones for the last 2 months?
Well, let me see what I have. I have the one from last month, but I don't think I can find the one from the month before that.
Let me see what you have. Okay, well, I don't need to see all of them, just the one that that shows June's rent. So which one is that?
Well, I think that one's the correct one, Your Honor. Of course, I think that one should be good. Here you go.
Let me take a look at this. So this is a money order receipt, and it's dated June of last year.
Oh, last year? Can I see that one, Your Honor, actually? Let me take a look at that. Let's see. This one. Well, Your Honor, I don't think I can find it. It seems to not be in here. Maybe I paid in cash, though. I don't really remember, but I know I paid it. I just can't find the receipt right now.
Let me ask you, when you pay in cash at the office, do they always give you a receipt?
Yes.
And so you don't have any receipts either from a money order or from the office to show that you paid May or June's rent?
No, Your Honor, I don't. But you know, there's more. Mold in my apartment, and I've got roaches, and I've complained about these multiple times. You know, and I keep telling them, and they haven't done anything. And, you know, I've spoken to Ms. Jones about this twice, and as recent as last week, and the folks there act like they don't even care. I mean, it's my house. I can't be having bugs in there. And so I don't think I should pay for a place that I can't live in. It's just not right.
Mr. Everett, have you put that in writing or filed any claims against the landlord for that?
No, I don't know what claim is. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, a counterclaim would be a legal claim that you file against the landlord for the repair issues you mentioned, but you would have to do that in writing before trial at the same time that you responded to the rule to vacate. You cannot bring up issues at trial if you have not made a written claim for them ahead of time. It's not fair to the other side because they didn't know that you were going to bring up the issue.
I see. No, I didn't do that. But I do still think that the $700 that I pay to live in my apartment is too much for a place that I can't live in, especially with the bugs and stuff.
Anything else, Mr. Everett?
I would just like to respond to the issue that they brought up about the maintenance issues. I just think it's absurd, and I don't think I can live in a place like that. So nothing further than that, Your Honor.
Ms. Jones, what do you have?
Yes, Your Honor. About those maintenance issues, I searched through the file and we don't have any complaints from Mr. Everett here. We respond to maintenance issues whenever we get them in writing or they're put into the tenant portal. We don't have any outstanding issues for Mr. Everett, and so if you want to make a request in writing, we can handle that for you right away.
Okay, but I told Johnny about it like last week, and he said that he'd look into stuff.
That's fine, Mr. Everett, but it needs to be in writing. We can't know about it and make sure someone follows up if it's not in writing.
Well, you can handle that after the hearing. Is there anything else the court needs to know about the case?
No, Your Honor.
No, sir.
Having heard testimony of both parties, I find that the evidence supports the landlord's allegations. Mr. Everett, I understand that you denied the landlord's allegation and claimed that you did pay the rent, but you told the court that you either pay by money order, which means you should have a receipt, and you get a receipt from the office when you pay. Without either of those, I am constrained to find that you failed to pay May or June rent. The landlord gave you the required 5-day notice. I'll also note there's language in the lease that I reviewed that says if you do not pay rent within 5 days, the landlord can start the eviction. So the landlord did not really need to give you a separate notice, but they did. The landlord has the right to possession of the unit. Mr. Everett, you need to be out of the apartment a week from today. That will be next Thursday. If you do not vacate it, the constable will be permitted to conduct a set-out. You also will be served with a writ of ejectment at least 24 hours before any set-out. I hope you and the landlord might still work something out, but if not, next Thursday is your deadline. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you, sir. Ms. Jones, you may pick the writ of ejectment up from the clerk before you leave.
Thank you.
Okay. Concludes this hearing.